So there's a simulcast going on right now, and I can't pronounce it, so I'll make sure to put it down in the description or in the title or something. But it's called Ange, and it's a good story. That's it's hard to sit through. It's very hard for me to sit through, and I cannot say that I honestly enjoy this. But it's a good story that I feel people should watch. It's like I said, it's a bit hard to sit through. They're a little rapey at the beginning, and for me, as I'm growing older and learning that rape is a real thing that people go through, and it's not something that should be taken lightly. I'm starting to realize that in Japanese media, depictions of rape scenes are just. I'm just starting to get less and less comfortable with it. They're very abundant, and I just feel like it's just the way that they approach the issue is just far less than tolerable. I can't even find the right words to describe how I feel about it yet, because I do love just about everything about Japanese culture, but I'm starting to realize that there is a dark side to it. Anyways, so yeah, this show, like I said, it's a little rapey. It's a bit dark and hard to sit through, but it's a good story. What it's about is like you have this group it's some sort of, I don't know, futuristic world or whatever, where everyone has something called the light of Norma, which is this weird, I guess, like telekinetic ability. I don't really understand what it is, but there's people, all of them girls, who are just randomly born without the ability to use and interact with mana, and they're called normas, and they are highly discriminated against. And the thing I like about this show is that, well, for one thing, you see a lot of growth in the characters, the main character in particular. She goes from being, the first 2 or 3 episodes, I kind of hated her. I was like, I hope this bitch dies. She deserves it. But, I've seen her grow into a different person as she's had experiences and she learns what the world is really like and just how despicable and disgusting these human beings really are, and how she used to be one of them. And, it's amazing to see, how people's attitudes can change over one specific thing. They will completely change their entire opinion of a person over one simple fact. She's the same person she always was, but now suddenly they find out that she can't control the light of mana, which in all honesty, she's never been able to do that, but now that they know she can't do that, suddenly they hate her. She's a disgrace to the entire kingdom, and they're giving her the death sentence and stuff, and it's just, it's so cruel and ridiculous, and the worst part about it is that actually happens in our world. There are still people, like in our country, racism is still an issue, even though a lot of people still don't want to admit it. And, throughout the world, especially in other countries, like what happened with that stupid law they passed in Russia, discriminating heavily against gay people. It's just, there are still people who go through stuff somewhat like this. It may not be as out in the open as you people, but it still exists, and it's very much something in the public eye still. It's still a debate that we're having. And so for me, I feel like this anime, it's like I said, it's difficult for me to sit through, but it's got a great subject matter. It's a very well-written story that shows a lot of character growth. And for that alone, I'll definitely say I have to recommend this for people to start looking at if you haven't already checked it out.